Hello, I'm Dean Johnson. I thought today we'd do a review on how to buy easels. Back before the internet, I bought this easel here, and I sort of dread buying this particular easel because of the quality, and there was no way at the time to do the research for it. So what this section is about is to try and help people buy an easel that's worth buying. Some people think that when they're first getting into art that they should buy an inexpensive easel, and then if they don't like it, they could just sell it on eBay or something. But I have found that buying inexpensive anything and trying to sell it later is a disaster waiting to happen, even if it lasts that long. When you sell it to somebody, it usually will fall apart, and then you'll have issues with it, if you can sell it at all. So my advice is to buy the most expensive piece of equipment you can afford, and then if you decide not to keep working in that field, you can easily sell it because it's a high-end piece of equipment which holds on to its value longer. Let me go through some of the things you don't want in an easel. Okay, this easel here is considered a small easel. It's not the smallest one. It's considered a portable, which you can use for plein air painting. It has a drawer in it and all kinds of stuff. You'll see that there's all these brass knobs and all this brass equipment and hitches and this kind of thing on it. That's a kind of a problem, and let me show you why. The first thing I'd say is buy the biggest easel you can. The reason is because if you get too small of an easel, you can't, as you progress, your paintings get bigger and the easel is too small. The second thing is to get an easel that's made of the highest quality wood. No knots, funny grain, inferior wood. Usually you want it out of oak or hardwood, ash, something like that. Avoid anything that's made of pine. Okay, the problem with this easel are these knobs. This type of knob system, as you can see, you have to hand tighten it, and then if you start out in the morning painting and by afternoon it's heating up a little bit, this thing will just fall down on you. And your painting will fly down, and usually the paint will run, and it's a pain in the butt. So the first thing you want to look at is good knobs, high quality knobs. And what we're talking about here are these type of knobs here. Let me get you a close-up here. As you can see, you just hand tighten these, and on the other side of these knobs you get this kind of thing. You get this thing where it's a carriage bolt on one side, so you can't adjust this side at all. It is what it is. The problem here is that it's made of wood, and every time it expands and contracts, these knobs loosen and everything falls apart. Let me show you another thing. This is the easel setup. Okay, I want to show you why I don't like these brass knobs. Hand tight, you have to have pretty calloused hands to be able to work all of these different knobs throughout the whole thing and not get a blister. So you have a pair of pliers and you tighten this thing up, and after a while of tightening and loosening, this becomes very frayed and full of metal chips, and you end up cutting yourself. So if you can find one without these brass knobs, they usually come with a plastic knob now, which works a lot better. These wing nuts here for the legs work well, and so wing nuts work all right. You don't need a pair of pliers to tighten it. This part here, which holds the painting, has a problem with quality on a lot of these cheapy. As you can see here, where the little metal pin is, right here, that the more you tighten it, the more it squishes, but it's not very strong, as you can see. So you get what you pay for. Okay, we're out here so I can do a little demonstration about wood. The importance of wood. I can't stress that enough. If something's made with white ash, that's about as strong. I'm just trying to cover up the microphone here while the wind blows. That's as strong a wood as you can get. It's really strong. It doesn't warp too easily. I can't say enough about it. That's going to be your best woods. Then maybe oak, and anything else is going to get. Well, let me show you down here. Let me demonstrate. Oh, okay, you're down here. Okay, let's say that this grass is wood microscopically. So each piece of wood grain, as you can see, are these individual tubes or straws. The more dense wood is, the harder. It means that it's more like this, surrounded by epoxy, or in this case it'd be resin. Now the cheaper wood is more like up here. Now you'll see how open this is. It's really quite open grained, as they call it, and it's easily warped. It doesn't grab together and work together as a team as well as down here. This is much stronger because it's more condensed and works together. So my point here is, you get what you pay for. Not in art, you don't spend a lot of money per se, especially if you're doing it for a living. But one of the places you do have to spend your money really is on an easel. Paintbrushes, easel, maybe canvas. Everything else is up in the air. But those three things, especially your easel, has to be quality. Don't buy that junk stuff. Don't waste your money on it. If you decide not to, that art isn't your thing, somebody will buy it from you. If it's a good quality easel, you put a lot of money into it, and you didn't get it all painted. If you paint the heck out of your easel, it's as good as junk. Buy a good quality easel. And don't forget to leave a comment down below, either on YouTube or on Skidoo. This is sort of like an art forum, so that we help each other. Give your opinions on easels, different types. So please go down, leave a comment, read the articles, and talk to you next time.